And hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day in the Region on the Region Sports Network as we present coverage of the 2025 Class 1A Baseball State Championship, streaming live on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, regionsports.com, and the RSN YouTube channel, along with the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you today from beautiful downtown Indianapolis, Victory Field, one of the most gorgeous ballparks you will see here in the state of Indiana or around the country, and it is the home of the Indianapolis Indians. As the Kouts Mustangs are here to take on the Indianapolis Lutheran Saints for the Class 1A Baseball State Championship. Michael Brenner here on site at Victory Field, handling all the play-by-play for today's action. This is going to be a fun one today between Kouts and Lutheran as we get set to crown a brand new 1A state baseball champion. The previous two that were battling here last year, not here this year, but it's Kouts and Indianapolis Lutheran. Both teams are looking for their first ever baseball state championship. They have never appeared in a baseball state championship until today. And for the Mustangs, if they were to win today, which the region is hoping that they do, this would be the first state championship in school history. So a lot on the line for both these squads here today. Always exciting to be able to play here in a minor league ballpark, home of the Indianapolis Indians, Victory Field, right here in the smack dab heart of downtown Indianapolis. The backdrop, the scenic drop behind the outfield is absolutely spectacular. You got the hotels, the high-rises all in the background as well. They're adding more to the backdrop as well. There's more construction down here in Indianapolis, but what an honor it is for both these schools to be down here. You know, it's a long season. It starts at the end of March, and before you know it, really kind of gets going at end of March, early April. Weather's never all that fun, and at least in the northern part of Indiana. I'm sure the same could be said for southern Indiana as well, or here in the Indianapolis area. You know, temperature is not always the best. You got rain, sleet, the frozen precipitation stuff, and then you find your way here on a gorgeous afternoon for baseball, 4:30 locally here, or almost 4:30 locally here in Indianapolis, 3:30 back home. But this will be a fun one. Kouts ranked number 1 in the coaches poll for Class 1A. Indy Lutheran ranked number 9. Indy Lutheran, by the way, will be the home team on the scoreboard today. All the southern teams, for the teams from southern Indiana who win the southern semi-states, are going to be the home teams throughout this entire couple of days of state championship baseball. You talk about the run, as we're going to talk about the Kouts Mustangs, 27-6 on the year. They're on a 6-game winning streak. That winning streak began at the start of sectionals. They had lost their last 2 of the regular season, but have been on a roll as of late. And if you're going to be on a roll, this is the time to do it, and it has propelled them all the way to the state championship game. And in this run, as we've got Zach Miller, Zach Zanelli working with us as well here today. Zach Miller, if I were to tell you that Kouts has allowed only, in a matter of 6 games, has allowed only 1 run to be given up, and they've scored 40. That's pretty impressive. They have scored 40 runs over the course of these 6 state tournament games, and has only given up 1, and it was in that semi-state game as Indy Lutheran comes in with a record of 20-10. They're on a 7-game winning streak, winning their final 2 games of the regular season, and then they have been propelled into this game by doing pretty well in their state run, going 21-0 to win sectionals, and then 14-1 to win regionals. They had 3 games where they ended in 5 innings, so definitely can score some runs. We're going to see how things match up here offensively, defensively, the pitching. That's going to be a big one today. Now, the nice thing, if you are a pitcher pitching in this ballpark, we've seen it. We kind of saw it in the state championship games last year. This ballpark is fairly large. Down the line's not too bad. You got 320 down the left field line, at least at the last dimensions that I saw that I had written down. I'm going to double check, make sure that's what I'm seeing down there, 320 down the left field line, 320 down the right field line, straight away dead center, about 405. There's a little bit of a cutout out in left center that is about 418. So if you're gonna mash one out to left, you really got to hit it a long way. The wind is kind of blowing out in that direction though. Right center a little bit smaller, 362 it appears. So definitely a park where you're going to have to be playing back a little bit. Try not to allow any doubles, but if you do get a hold of one, you're going to have to really give it a good ride. And with the wind kind of blowing out maybe toward right a little bit, winds out of the south-southwest, might be able to get it out to center field. But certainly one of the best parks you're going to watch a baseball game, that is for sure. We're just moments away from the start of this one. We'll have the introductions of both teams here as they will go down the lines, and then we'll lead right into our national anthem, and we'll bring you those starting lineups and the pitching matchups in just a few moments. We're going to step aside for just a moment, though. You're listening to Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new
So they are starting to introduce the starting lineups for the Kouts Mustangs, the road team on the scoreboard today. We wanted to bring you those non-starters there today. We'll go ahead and bring you the starting lineup for the Kouts Mustangs because we've got that for you as well. And that's brought to you by Great Lakes Sports Hub. Batting order for today, it's the Kouts Mustangs. That's Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. So we'll get that for you here. Leading off for the Mustangs, number 0, that is Ben Finney, playing second base today, followed by number 7, Billy Miller. He is the pitcher for the game today, followed by number 17, Landon Garrett, the shortstop. Then in the cleanup spot, Eli Harper. He's playing first base, followed by Cooper Whitaker, number 66. He's the catcher. And then you've got number 23, Reed Estill. He plays third base, followed by number 6. This is Colin Brightsky in left field. And then you've got number 11, Noah Gudeman in right field. And then number 22, Jesse Overholt in center field. So that is your starting lineup for the Kouts Mustangs. And they're going to start introducing the non-starters for the Lutheran Saints. So they are introducing them right now. For the Kouts Mustangs in his second season with the Mustangs, Jason Dorhorst, 45-14 in his second year. If he gets a win today, this will be his 170th in his career and his 10th year coaching overall. High school baseball here in Indiana. And now they'll start introducing the starting lineups for the Indy Lutheran Saints. So we'll bring that to you when they get ready to bat. Don't need to jump too far ahead here just yet. So we're crossing time where first pitch is getting ever so close. And now we'll get it's time to introduce the starting pitchers for today's game. That means we turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. And for the Saints of Indy Lutheran, they will send right-hander number 22, Ryan Redding, to the bump with a stat line of 4-4 with a 2.37. This is what's posted in the program provided by the IHSAA. 2.37 ERA, went 47 and a third innings with 50 hits, 25 runs, 16 earned, 27 walks, along with 64 strikeouts. He features a fastball and a curveball. That fastball, according to Prep Baseball, gets up to about 77 miles an hour, so a little bit of speed behind that one. And we are going to tune you now into our national anthem. All right, and we are ready for baseball here from Victory Field in Indianapolis. We will crown a 1A state champion here in just a little while. This is game one of a doubleheader we have here on the Region Sports Network today. One of two doubleheaders. We've got back-to-back days as the region has been well represented in both softball and baseball. We will have all four state championship games for you right here on the Region Sports Network, both today and tomorrow. Our umpires for today, Sean Treese. Double check this. Can't read my own handwriting at this point. Sean Treese, Craig Hershey, Brent Hunt, and then Robert Lichtenberger. So your officials for today, I believe it is Treese behind the dish today. And again, we already gave you the starting pitcher, Ryan Redding for the Saints of Indy Lutheran. Again, that was brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement. Experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. And now our first pitch forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. It is a balmy 83 degrees. The sun is starting to poke out. A little bit of a partly cloudy sky here downtown Indianapolis. The wind's coming about 9 miles an hour to the south-southwest. So at this point right now, almost straight away center field, maybe just a little bit towards right in terms of that wind effect. We'll see how that plays a factor in the game today, if that gives a little bit of carry to the ball, especially with the humidity that might be going through here. It's definitely warm, a little muggy, not too bad, but a absolutely glorious day for baseball, as it should be for a state championship game. Again, both these schools looking for their first baseball state championship in their histories. And again, for the Kouts Mustangs, if they are victorious today, they will win their first state championship in school history, regardless of any sport. So if any sport looking for their first state championship. Just about set to go. Warm-up pitch is still going on here on the mound. Defensively for Lutheran, Mills Hughes, Mills is in left, Hughes in center. Lecker in right. Locklear at third, Phelps at short, Parker at second, Meany at first, and Cortot is behind the dish. And the first pitch in for the game to get things started into Ben Feeney is a ball outside that gets away from the catcher, Cortot. And another delivery here. This one's low, so quickly 2-0 here. Apologies, Courteau, catcher behind the dish today. So Courteau behind the dish. So quickly 2-0 here, as we said, to Finney. .417 average this year, 9 extra base hits. And Reading hits the outside part of the plate for a called strike. The sun's starting to really peek through here at Victory Field as this one comes outside into the opposite batter's box. It's Finney, that right-hander's batted box. Reading from the first base side of the rubber. Comes set, fires the 3-1. This one's going to be upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk to start things up for the Mustangs. Just when you draw it up there, and Finney is a guy that you definitely got to keep an eye on now with the leadoff guy on. 22 stolen bases on the year for Finney. And now this brings up Billy Miller, just a freshman on this Kouts team, and he's been doing a little bit of everything. He'll be the starting pitcher today for Kouts as well. He also hits .524 on the year, 21 extra bases. He can also steal if he gets on. So we'll keep an eye on Finney if he runs. Again, from the first base side of the rubber, Reddick deals the first pitch, and it's on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Really impressive already for the career of Billy Miller, getting all the way to a state championship. You pitch, you hit, do a little bit of everything, and you're just a freshman. Toss over to first, and Finney back in time. Kouts wearing their road jerseys, bright yellow tops with the gray trousers, with a stripe down the side. Next pitch to Miller is upstairs. For Lutheran, they're white home jerseys with kind of a maroon sleeves, and then gold hats. This one popped in the air off to the right. This will get out of play and land into the stands, and some fans already trying to make some good catches. It's early. They're still trying to warm up as well. So Reading comes, sets, takes a while. He delivers this 2-1. This one fouled back to the screen by Miller. So Miller now 2-2, working a good battle here. Landon Garrett awaiting on deck. Reading against his counter opponent here. This one fouled back to the screen. That was heading back toward our direction. I know Zaxanelli, he was in the prime position to make a catch if need be. He's got it. He'll trap it. Still 2-2 here to Miller, who's trying to work a good at bat here, get something going. Throw back to first. Not in time. Finney able to get back safely. Just getting going here in downtown Indianapolis. Victory Field. Here comes another 2-2 pitch to Miller. Takes that on the outside part of the plate for a called strike 3. And one away. here in the first. That is a big out if you are Reading and Indy Lutheran right now. That's one of your big RBI guys, 45 RBIs on the year. And he's going to take a seat down on the bench. And now Landon Garrett coming up here. 410 on the year. He's had 10 extra base hits. First pitch, breaking ball, missing for ball one. Mentioned Reading will throw kind of a fastball curveball mix. According to Prep Baseball, that's all they had listed for him. 1-0. Breaking ball missing downstairs, so 2-0. Constantly trying to be patient, work up the pitch count here in the first. This one driven out to center field. Hughes camping underneath and making the catch in center. Again, this is a big ballpark. That one didn't hardly get any carry on it, but it was driven about middle depth of the outfield. Again, 405, almost kind of do a little cutout in center field there. Then if you go a little bit to the left of that, it's about 418. So definitely one of those parks you want to kind of line drive these, keep it a little bit low unless you really put a pop into it. Eli Harper now thrown over to first, not in time, but certainly close, and a lot of the Lutheran fans are going to have something to say about it as Finney getting a little bit further and further off that first base bag. And the first pitch, and to Harper, is on the outside part of the dish for a called strike. So Harper, also 10 extra base hits on the year, 344 average. Runner goes, pitches upstairs. The throw to second is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Finney, his 23rd of the year. Second base umpire right on top of it. I got to imagine just things because you're in a minor league ballpark, maybe just feel a little bit bigger everywhere, but it's the same dimensions, except maybe all the way to the outfield, but that's about it. Everything on the infield is the same. Here comes a 1-1 pitch to Harper after checking on that runner. Harper fouls this back to the screen. And now 1-2. Reading trying to get out of this with no damage done. Harper looking for his 24th RBI of the year. Middle infielder shading towards second base. Reading getting his sign from his catcher, Corto. Checking on that runner. We've got time called by the home plate umpire. So everyone back to their positions. Right now, Lutheran in the outfield. About middle depth. The pitch here, swing and a miss for Harper. And Lutheran able to get out of the jam. So they leave one to the Kouts Mustangs, who go to the bottom of the first. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com, or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Here is the starting lineup for the Indy Lutheran Saints. Leading off will be number 1, the center fielder, Nate Hughes, followed by number 4, that is Dax Locklear. He plays third base, followed by number 12, that's Hudson Mills, the left fielder. And then you've got number 11, Owen Lecker. He is the right fielder, followed by number 30, that is Sam Strader. He is the DH today. Number 99 is next, Gage Meany. He is the first baseman, followed by number 21, Caleb Courteau, the catcher. And then Landon Parker, number 10, is the second baseman. And then rounding out the lineup, number 20, that is Mason Phelps, the shortstop for the Saints. Pitching today for the Kouts Mustangs, and this is brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement. They will send a right-hander to the bump with a record of 8-0 with a 0.26 ERA. That is the freshman Billy Miller. 52 innings pitched, 17 hits, 4 runs, only 2 earned, 11 walks, and 94 strikeouts. And these are the numbers that are provided in the program, and probably taken from Max Preps as well, but provided in the program presented by the IHSAA. He will feature a fastball, which can top at about 90 miles an hour, followed by a curveball and a changeup as well. Curveball can get anywhere from 64 to 66 miles an hour, and then the changeup at 71 to 72. Defensively for Kouts, Brightsky, Overholt, and Gudeman. Is this one on a line shot down the left field line to get things started for Hughes? Making that turnaround first and getting into second base with a stand-up double to start things up. His 11th extra base hit of the year. And Hughes, just like that, the senior greets the freshman pitcher rudely and knocks a double down the left field line just past third base, staying inside that line. So Brightsky, Overholt, and Gudeman, your outfielders from left to right. Estill, Garrett, Finney, and Harper around the infield left to right. The turn to throw to second base is in time on the pickoff attempt at second base. Miller goes to Garrett, and they get Hughes at second base. Garrett started sneaking in behind. It was a close play, but 2-6 on the putout. And now Dax Locklear takes a big healthy hack and comes up short. 0-1. The count to Locklear, the third baseman today, hits .333. There's the 0-1 pitch. This one lined right to second base, and Finney for out number 2. This will bring up Hudson Mills. He'll bat from the left side of the plate. First left-hander of the day for either squad. Kouts, according to the program, all right-handers. Up and down the lineup. Pitchers, hitters, everything. Lutheran will have a few that they throw up there. First pitch, strike to Mills. For Mills, 14 extra base hits on the year, .484 average. Here's the 0-1, this one line, and just over the head of Garrett. And a line shot into left, making that turnaround first. He will hold up and drop anchor there and stay at first base. So a couple of hits in the inning. All ready for Lutheran as Owen Lecker now makes his way to the dish. Lecker a .455 average. 16 extra base hits. He's driven in 38 on the year. He would like to put Lutheran up on the board early. Yeah, we've got a stoppage in play. I know the Kouts coaches are looking at something when it comes to the coach has some kind of paper in his hand. He's going to talk to the home plate umpire. And the question is, are they asking about the lineup that was provided them? Is it the same lineup that was provided everyone else? Now, I guess I wasn't looking at the number, so now it's number 11 in the batter's box. If that's number 12 at first base, they may have batted out of order. Yeah, that is number 12 at first base, so that's Owen Lecker over at first base. So according to the lineup card that we received, they may have batted out of order, which would be an automatic out. Yeah, that batter is out because they batted out of order. Well, that is something you don't see every day, especially in a state championship game. And now we're going to have there's a conversation taking place, but everyone on Lutheran seemed to know immediately because all the defensive players started to run out. We'll step aside for just a moment. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Yeah, odd situation there in the bottom of the first inning where technically batting out of order. So I believe on the lineup card, that we were provided, it has Hudson Mills listed as number 12. And Hudson Mills as number 11 and Owen Lecker as number 12. But I believe officially Hudson Mills is number 12 and Owen Lecker is number 11. So there is still some conversation when it comes to the umpires, as they are still walking around, and now they are chatting with Jason Dorhorst. Now, I'm guessing what the question is going to be is, and I don't know the exact ruling on this. The numbers are wrong. The batters, I believe, are correct. So it was Hudson Mills that batted. However, that number listed on the lineup card, the official lineup card, at least the one that we received, is wrong. Now, in the program, it is listed correctly. Assuming we have that right on everything that we have. So now they're saying that maybe it's not an out, because now defensively Lutheran is coming back in. Well, this is just the strangest thing I have ever seen. So I'm going to talk, and it's more of me just processing what just happened. So, again, what I was trying to say, and I don't know if that counts as an out or not. So, and I believe the home plate umpire has officially given some leeway here, and I don't know how we can get an official answer to the question because, again, on the lineup card, it said, and I'd have to go back and look because I said it was number 12 out on first base, right? Okay, so number 12 is Hudson Mills, who was listed in the starter's name, but with number 11. So on the lineup card, number 11, Hudson Mills, but on the program, Hudson Mills is number 12. And I don't know how they've been providing, lineups all year. So I believe we are back to the bottom of the first inning. We thought we were going to the top of the second. I believe we're back to the bottom of the first with a runner on first base, and that should be Hudson Mills. Yeah, because it was the left-hander who was in the batter's box. So, yes, Hudson Mills it should be at first base. And now Owen Lecker comes up now, and he wears number 11. But again, on that lineup card, they do have them switched. So I don't know if that – so if it's technically – if the numbers are wrong, does that count, or is it the actual batter themselves? Normally, it's not the numbers that get messed up. It's the batter. So that's where they have to probably have an official ruling on that. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That is just one of the strangest things I have ever been a part of. First pitch into Lecker is in there for a strike. So, again, a runner on first. We're back to the bottom of the fifth. We're going back in time, folks. The 0-1 pitch. Runner goes down to second. The tag is not going to be in time as the ball never actually got to Finney at second base. I believe it hit Mills. So it's 0-2 to Lecker and a stolen base for Mills here. So Miller back to work, the 0-2. This one on the ground, this down the left field line, and it'll be a foul ball. So still 0-2 here on Lecker. And again, 38 RBIs on the year, .455 average. Here's an 0-2. This one popped up. It's going to get above us, off to our right. So we'll do it again here. Again, a runner on second base. This is Mills out there. Finney playing pretty close to second base there in case they want to throw over. This one lined down the left field line, and this will touch down for a hit. And it's going to score the first run of the ball game. An RBI single for Owen Lecker. Now this will go down as one of the strangest RBIs in Lecker's career. He thought he was going to be ruled out. Hudson Mills thought he was going to be ruled out, and we're going to go to the top of the second inning. But we go back to the bottom of the first after a change in the call on a batting out of order call. And now Lecker delivers the first RBI in the first run of the game. As this brings up Sam Strader now, the DH. Runner goes from first, and it can't be handled by Whitaker behind the dish. So another stolen base for the Saints. Throw down to second, not going to be in time, but a close play as Finney trying to get there. Swing and a miss for Strader. 2-1. Miller checking that run at second base. He's getting a good lead off a second. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now to Strader. Miller trying to get out of this with just the one piece of damage. It's only strike two. Strader was starting to leave the box. I'm guessing there's a little bit of nerves in here for everybody. We're thinking they're batting out of order. Then guys thinking they're striking out. Go back. Go ahead and do it again. Here comes a 2-2, runner on the move. This one outside. It'll be a stolen base for Lecker as he now stands at third base. Already the third stolen base this first inning. Lecker with 2, Mills with 1, and Finney had 1 for Kouts. Throw home, and it's upstairs, ball 4. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs. As Gage Meany now makes his way to the dish, wearing number 99. For Lutheran, he plays first base. He'll bat in that left-hander's batter's box. Miller is ready from that first base side of the rubber. Runner from first goes down to second. Finney throws to third. It's high, and they do not get him at third base. Umpire did not make a call. I'm assuming he's safe. But they threw down to second, so it's a stolen base for Strader. And Finney cut that one off, trying to throw to third. This runner did not break for home. Thought about it, but then held up. Pitch into Meany. This is for ball 1, so 1-1. The count on the first baseman. He's driven in 18 on the year. 4 extra base hits. He can pick up 19 and 20 here for Lutheran early. First pitch, this one lined into right center. This one will touch down right in between the defenders and roll for a little while. And it scores 2 more, and just like that, it is 3-0 Indy Lutheran. And it's a double for Meany, his 5th extra base hit of the year. So these stolen bases really starting to pay dividends for Lutheran early on here. And this will bring up Caleb Courteau to the dish now. We got meetings everywhere. I got a meeting on the mound with the infield and the coach. Umpires are meeting. Coaches are moving all over the place. There are just people everywhere on the field right now. High school baseball for you. Courteau digs in. 368 average on the year. First pitch into him, in there for a strike. So Lutheran jumping out to a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. An opportunity they thought they weren't going to get. Swing and a miss over the top of a nice pitch from Miller. Time called. Courteau steps out. Miller off the rubber. Now gets set. Delivers the 0-2 as the runner goes. This one popped up down the right field line. Harper giving chase, but it goes into the stands. A little pinball down there a little bit. Throw down to second. Not going to be in time. Okay, so here's where I got a little bit of a... I was putting some feelers out to get an official ruling on this, and the numbers apparently do not matter on the lineup card. So it could have been blank in those spots. Swing and a miss by Courteau. So that is why the names were correct on the lineup card. That's all that matters on the lineup card, which is why the bottom of the first continued with Lutheran instead of going down to the second inning. We're going to the second inning now after that strikeout. It is 3-0 Indy Lutheran. You're listening to Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. All right, we officially go to the second inning. We'll try it again. We thought we were here before, and, well, things got weird. Thought we had a batting out of order situation because numbers were wrong on the lineup card, but the names were right, and that's the only thing that matters on the lineup card, I'm told. Wasn't sure how that officially worked. We go to the second. It is 3-0 Lutheran, and we are going to name 3 award winners at the end of this game. We'll have the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crowell Companies are proud to recognize superheroes on the diamond. We've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then we've got the Iron Workers 395 Play of the game. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. All right, Cooper Whitaker, Reed Estill, and then Colin Brightsky is your scheduled hitters for this second inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. Whitaker 384 average on the year, 11 extra base hits coming into today. Wouldn't mind run right here, trying to get some runs on the board for the Mustangs. The 0-1 pitch misses up and out. Again, just an absolutely gorgeous day here in Indianapolis. Redding deals the 1-1. This one missing outside, so 2 balls and a strike. Comes a 2-1 pitch now. This one a little high and tight. This one down the right field line will tail out here. If you're just joining us, appreciate you tuning in to this one here from Victory Field. Kouts in Indianapolis Lutheran. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate to Whitaker. Third strikeout of the game for Redding. Gives him 67 on the year. And if you've been here listening to this already eventful game as we're in the top of the second inning, again, we thought that the bottom of the first inning was going to end via a batting out of order, but they truly did not bat out of order. The names were right on the lineup card, and that's exactly how they followed the batting order. That's exactly what they did, just the numbers on the official lineup card were incorrect, which has no bearing on whether it's an out or not. So we thought it was an out. It was ruled an out. We started to pretend like we were going to the second inning, and then, boom, we're right back to the bottom of the first. That one coming back into the field to play on a foul ball. So 1-1 here. On Reed Estill. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one misses low, so 2 balls and a strike. We had a leadoff walk by Ben Finney to start things up for Kouts, and then 4 retired since. Misses outside, 3-1 to Estill now. And what a cool opportunity for both these schools, fans, and players alike to play here in Indianapolis. That's a called strike right down Main Street. 3-2, the count here to Estill. With the pink batting gloves. Loving the batting gloves. Comes a 3-2 pitch from Redding. Here it is. Low for ball 4. So the second base runner of the day for the Mustangs, looking to get a little something going here in this top of the second inning. It's Brightsky now. Brightsky, 270 average. 3 extra base hits on the year. Throw over to first, not going to be in time. Again, we were just going with the numbers that are in the official program from the IHSAA. So one upstairs to Brightsky, so 1-0 the count. In fact, on the cover of the program from the IHSAA is Nick Robinson from Lake Central, the defending 4A state champions. We will have a new champion in every single one of our classes here today. Imagine this, Zach. Not a single one of our state champions from last year is here this weekend, nor are any of the runners-up from last year here this weekend either. 1-1. This one chopped down the right field line, but it'll be foul. Picked up by Meany. So nobody that was here last year in the state championship game, winner or runner-up, here this weekend. So brand new set of teams up and down the classes, which just tells you how hard it is to win and make it all the way to a state championship game. Pitch is upstairs. Redding comes set. Checks out to center. Now delivers the pitch. This one missing outside, so it's full. Redding comes set again. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And it's a swing and a miss for Brightsky. Like a little elevation on that fastball. So Noah Gudeman, the right fielder, digs in now. Redding checks that runner at first. Now ready to deliver the first pitch. It's upstairs. So working good pitch counts already for Kouts. Throw down to first, not going to be in time. And Redding still waiting for his signal from his catcher. He's got one he likes. This one lined and caught! Right back at Redding. Oh my goodness, lined right back at him, and it finds its way into his glove. That was a shot right back up the middle and right into the glove that he was using as self-defense of his face. Absolutely incredible. We go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, You're not just getting the highest quality work, you're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
And we welcome you back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Of the 8-9-1 hitters for Indy Lutheran, and talk about the best hands in the business. This one is pretty much just protecting your face on a line drive right back at you for Reading, but some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. Landon Parker will lead things off for Lutheran. First pitch into him, misses for ball one. Then Mason Phelps, and then back to the top of the lineup with Nate Hughes. And we'll have a little bit of a step out here. Calling time. That pitch is in there for a strike on Parker. So Miller deals the 1-1. Trying to move quickly here. Gets that call on the outside part of the plate. From our vantage point up here behind home plate, kind of looks like maybe just a little bit off the plate, but the home plate umpire has been consistent with it. But we are just slightly to the left, so may not have the fully best advantage of it, but it's been consistent throughout. Here's a 2-2 pitch. This one popped up on the infield. Finney going to catch it just to the right of second base for out number one. So Mason Phelps will come up here now. Shortstop today for Lutheran. 304 average with 5 extra base hits. This one at line to right and down for a hit. Already the 5th hit of the ball game for Lutheran. And it puts a runner on first with one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, all the teams from the southern part of the state are considered in the southern semi-state. Are the home teams for the state championship games, just like the northern half was the home teams in the state championship games a season ago. This pitch in there for a called strike on Nate Hughes. Getting back to the top of the lineup. Trying to pick off that runner at first base, but to no avail. We've had one pickoff today. Over at second base, runner goes down to second. Throw down to the the shortstop side of the bag, and it's out on the throw. Got there in time. So Phelps trying to steal second base, and he gets caught making his way down there. This one lined right to Estill for the final out of the inning. They technically go 1-2-3 in the second. We go to the third inning. It is 3-0 Lutheran. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to be with you on this June 20th. Ready to crown a couple of state champions. We will have the 3A state championship game a little bit later on as well. But right now we've got the 1A state championship game on the line. We've got two complete. We go to the top of the third inning. It is Indianapolis Lutheran with a 3-0 lead. And Kouts will have their 9-1-2 hitters. So we lead things off with Jesse Overholt, followed by Ben Finney, and then Billy Miller, your scheduled hitters. And we are in a slight delay, I'm guessing, because of the TV aspect of things. Not back from commercial break yet. There's things in the semi-states and the state games where go by little different formats. Nothing wrong with it though. We're ready to go. First pitch. This one line to the left side and through for a base hit. The first knock of the game for the Mustangs, for Overholt. Just to the left of that second base bag. And the first hit for Kouts. So back to the top of the lineup, Ben Finney, who walked his last time up. Also stole a bag. Second baseman for the Mustangs. And the first pitch into him. That comes in and it hits him. Just grazes the jersey. And he gets on base via the hit by pitch. There is a good number of fans from both sides here. Obviously, Indy Lutheran a lot closer in proximity, so maybe some more fans coming out from the school. But Kouts has shown up and represented well here so far. I'm sure with more to come. So Billy Miller. Again, just a freshman in this Kouts lineup. Really impressed with the numbers I see out of this young man. You know, a .26 ERA, batting over 500, doing a little bit of it all. First pitch into him, or second pitch into him, is in there for a called strike, so a ball and a strike. Struck out looking his last time up. Mentioned he's driven in 45 on the year. Redding checking on that runner at second base. Long stare down. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just up and out to Miller. Again, Kouts wearing the bright yellow shirts with the gray trousers with the line down the trousers, dark numerals. And step off here for Redding, thinking about checking on that runner at second base. Here's the pitch. It's popped up, and it will get out of play just behind home plate. Tell you what, Zach Zanelli, they are getting closer and closer to us every pop-up. Another 2-2 pitch coming up here. Nobody out. 2 on for the Mustangs. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Miller didn't like the call. 5th strikeout of the day for Reading. And this is an opportunity for Lutheran here now. One pitch can get you out of this with a ground ball. Let's bring up Landon Garrett now. Garrett flew out to center his last time up. He's sporting a bright yellow bat. Wouldn't mind tattooing one out, getting some runs going here. This first one is inside 4-1. Corner infielders kind of really hugging that line. Middle infielders are playing pretty close to second, so there is definitely some holes on the right and left side where traditional second and shortstop positions would be. We'll have a step off again by Reading, so the infield is definitely open here. This one a chopper to the left side, picked up at third and left behind. Infield hit. At least that's what I'm going to rule it. We'll see what they rule it here at Victory Field. Just couldn't come up with the bare hand. Some might say that's an error, and they're going to call it an error according to the broadcast, or according to the stats here at Victory Field. So the IHSAA ruling that one an error on the third baseman, Locklear. I was going to say hit, but my numbers don't matter. What'd you go with, Zach? Zach Miller always just kind of falls in line where he's needed. I feel bad for you. No sandwich yet. So they do rule an error off Locklear here. So the base is loaded, 1 out, and this will bring up Eli Harper. And the junior stands real close to that line, right by the plate there. The back line by the umpire, then that near inside line. A lot of guys playing up as close as they possibly can. First pitch, outside part of the plate for a called strike. And I'm kind of shielded as to where that really crosses across the plate. To me, it kind of looks just a slight bit outside, but it has been consistently called both ways, and that's all you can ask for. So that's how you as a hitter have to adjust. Reading has to tie his shoe real quick, so got a little delay on the field here. Again, corner infielders playing in a little bit in front of the bags. They are not holding the runners, as they are loaded here with 1 away. Top of the third. That pitch misses outside, so a ball and a strike. Shortstop playing straight up now in its normal defensive position, kind of scooting towards second base just a little bit in case that runner wants to break, but he's got nowhere to go. So 1-1 pitch. This one squirted down the right field line and will get out of play. Staying alive here in this one, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Popped up right side. Coming in and giving chase. Harper, who can't come up with it in foul territory. Harper was scooting back and just couldn't come up with it. Didn't get anywhere near the bullpens, by the way. One of the one of the few places where the bullpens are not underground anymore. They are in the outfield. They are right down the first and third base lines. It's kind of losing that footing out there in foul territory, but for Harper, he gets another chance here and wants to take advantage. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on some high cheese. And now 2 away here in the third. Redding trying to get out of this bases-loaded jam. And it brings up Cooper Whitaker. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the third inning. Lutheran leading at 3-0. Off of 5 hits. First pitch into Whitaker outside. 4-1. For Redding, his pitch count continues to climb. He's at 53 pitches already. Obviously, you're not worried about days of rest since this is the final game of the year. 1-0 on the ground, left side. Phelps picks it up, tosses to second. They step on the cushion in time. So Phelps to Parker to get the force out at second base, and they get out of the bases-loaded jam with no runs scored. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 Lutheran. You're listening to Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Bottom of the third inning here at Victory Field in Indianapolis. 1A state championship for baseball. Again, one of the more picturesque ballparks you will ever get a chance to attend. If you do make it here to the home of the Indianapolis Indians, the minor league team of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Always a fun time down here in Indianapolis. Plenty of things to do. Here we talk about the picturesque backdrop behind the outfield. So we go bottom of the third. Locklear, Mills, and Lecker, your scheduled hitters for Lutheran. When you look at all the teams here that are competing this weekend for state championships, it is only Indianapolis Lutheran that's from this area of the state. As this one lifted high in the air to left, Britsky camping underneath and making the catch for out number 1. Literally every other school is either from the northwest part of the state or down getting close to that Indiana-Kentucky border. A bunt by Locklear. Miller picks it up and throws to first in time. I'm sorry, that was Mills. Mills with the 1-3 bunt ground out. He's trying to just get on base any way he could. He had singled his last time up. So this will bring up Lecker now. It's clear the numbers have been, we have straightened everything out when it comes to the lineup and batting out of order versus not batting out of order. The 1-0 to Lecker. Swing and a miss over the breaking ball from Miller. Mentioned Reading's pitch count. Miller's pitch count, a little bit of a different story. This will be pitch number 37 right here. Swing and a miss. One and two to Lecker. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the day. Miller says, I'm getting you this time. And gets out of it with no damage done. We go to the fourth inning. It is 3-0 Indianapolis Lutheran. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Top of the fourth inning here in Indianapolis. Don't forget, we got awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We've got the Crow Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond, the true business professionals. Then we've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, Ern Whalen with Boilermakers Local 374. And then, of course, Ironworkers 395 Play of the game. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. So we mentioned coming into this game, Kouts had only given up the one run the entire state tournament. So at that point, coming into today's game, they've already given up 3 here today. Lutheran has had some short games, only going the 5 innings and 10 running rules. 10 run ruling a lot of teams here in this state tournament. As still, Brightsky and Gudeman, your scheduled hitters here in this top of the fourth inning. First pitch from Reading is missing for ball 1. As still took a base on balls his last time up. Wouldn't mind doing that again, or maybe knocking his 7th extra base hit of the year. That one outside for ball 2. Thought I saw the umpire getting ready to move in the direction of calling a strike. But it did not, and it's 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Comes upstairs, 3-0. So Kouts has definitely been putting the pressure on. They had 3 runners that last inning. Couldn't get anything across the board. They trail 3-0 early here. That one's going to be in there for a strike on the 3-0 pitch. So Reading again from that far first base side of the rubber. Deals the 3-1, and it's low and inside. Another walk. Third walk of the game for Reading. That'll give them 30 on the year. But every inning, Kouts has had at least one runner on. Hoping to break through this inning. For Locklear, they gave him that error early in the game. That was his 7th of the year. Still 4 stolen bases on the year, so may not see him take off a first base too quickly. As Brightsky comes in here, takes the first pitch for ball 1. He's got 3 extra base hits on the year. Pitch to him or the throw over to first, I should say, is not in time. This one on the ground, right side. Parker able to stop it, but not able to gather it to throw over. That'll be a hit. Did a great job of knocking that one down. Had to shade to his right a little bit just to knock it down, but first and second, nobody out for the Mustangs. And they just threw over to second base and they got the out. So Estill taking off second base. Little trickery play going on. So just like that, no runners in scoring position, but Kouts still has a runner on first. First pitch, and to Gudeman. Misses outside, so ball 1. This one up the middle. Parker picks it up, flips to Phelps at second base, and they get the out at second. So 4-6 on the put out at second, and Gudeman is on first with a fielder's choice. So 2 away in the inning. Pickoff at second base, and then the fielder's choice out at second. So a runner on first. Overholt now for Kouts. This ball gets away from Courteau. They throw down to second. It will not be in time. So Gudeman gets down to second on the wild pitch. Redding checking that runner at second, delivers the pitch. This one on the ground and through to the left side for a hit. Gudeman going to stop at third base. The throw was not on the mark at home, but keeping Gudeman over at third, the wise call. Don't need to take any risks. So Overholt with the single. So back to the top of the lineup with Ben Finney here. And Finney fouls it back to the screen. So 0-1. So again, runners on the corners. 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning. The 1A state championship on the line. Runner goes at first. This one up in the air off to the right, and we'll get out of play. Get the fans on the Kouts side trying to make plays out there, just out of the reach. We have some action warming up in the Lutheran bullpen. The pitch into Finney is outside, so 1-2. And again, because that pitch has kind of been called on the outside part of the plate, the Lutheran fans thinking that one was going to be called a strike, but it was outside. Comes a 1-2 pitch. upstairs, and now evens the count at 2 with the runners starting to break off their bases a little bit. For Lutheran, it is Noah Barassi warming up for them. Runner goes from first, ball in the dirt. They throw back to the pitcher. Ball gets away, now gets out into center field. The throw home, going to be cut, not in time. Ball gets away behind the plate. Runner at second, making his way to third. And he didn't even notice it right away. He got a late break, fixing the socks around the pants and around the knee there. Now, they may rule that 2 separate errors. I don't know. Because they both, well, the one is going to definitely be on Courteau. We'll see what they officially rule here. I won't speculate. We'll wait and see what they come up with. The HSAA, I mean. But the first run of the game comes across the board for Kouts. And Finney still batting. The count is full. So they're crediting Overholt with the steal of second base. Advance to third. They're going E8. This one a little squib shot down the first base line, but it will be foul. So I'm thinking it's E2, allowing the runner to get down to third, and then the score is E8. In the long run, doesn't matter. It's a 3-1 ball game. Kouts on the board. 2 away. A full count here to Finney with a runner on third, and it's chopped foul again. Good battle here between Finney and Redding. And Redding at 72 pitches. He's gotten out a lot of jams with his defense, but they have definitely been putting in the work, have the Kouts Mustangs. 3-2 pitch again. It's upstairs, ball 4. So Finney has been on all 3 times he's come to the plate. He's walked twice and was hit by a pitch. And now once again, runners on the corners. 2 outs here. Billy Miller looking to try to do some damage. He has struck out looking his previous 2 at-bats, so you know he's got to be looking for that pitch on the outer edge of the plate, since that's what he's been rung up on both times now. Perhaps would like to go the other way with it. There is a hole on that right side of the infield. Runner from first goes. The throw down to second in time. Courteau throws it down to Phelps, and they get the out at second base. Finney caught stealing second base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 3-1 Lutheran. You're listening to Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Well, welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Well, we've seen some handy defensive plays, and that's just some of the best hands in the business, just like Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. Gorgeous day for baseball here in downtown Indianapolis. Victory Field, the home of the Indianapolis Indians, minor league affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Indianapolis Lutheran coming up here. They will have Sam Strader, Gage Meany, and Caleb Courteau, the scheduled hitters here this inning. Billy Miller still on the bump for Kouts. 3-1 the advantage right now. Kouts finally getting on the board. They've had so much pressure on the bases this entire game, and they've only got one run to show for it so far. First pitch into Strader is a swing and a miss. Strader walked his last time up, also stole a base, and scored a run. The 0-1 on the outside edge of the plate for a called strike, so 0-2. Got time called by Strader out there. Strader, 11 extra base hits, hitting .303. And the third base umpire is calling for time because of something that may have been left in the bullpen area. Looks like somebody's glove. Might have been one of the coaches or one of the players that was there to kind of protect the players. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Miller picking up his third strikeout of the game. And now Gage Meany, who got the big knock in that first inning, the 2 RBI double. Swing and a miss. On the first pitch into Meany. Time was called, so we'll do it again here. The 0-1. Upstairs for a ball, 1-1. Caleb Courteau awaits on deck as well for the Saints. And this one gets through the wickets of Whitaker and the home plate umpire. 2-1. The count here to Meany. That one misses for ball 3, so 3-1 at the count here to Meany, who, as I mentioned, got that big knock in that first inning, the 2 RBI double. Those 2 runs are the difference in this one, and that's going to be a 1-out walk issued to Meany. Second walk of the game for Miller. So Caleb Courteau slightly close stance, that front foot. Getting ever so close to that first base slightly. That first pitch goes a little bit over his head, so 1-0. Struck out his last time up. Looking to do some damage here. Here's the throw over to first, not going to be in time. That's going to be in there for a strike. The 1-0 pitch is called a strike as it looked like it came right down Main Street there. So 1-1 the count with a runner on, 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 3-1 Saints. Check on that runner again over at first base. Miller comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Miller wanting to work quickly here. Already checking in on that runner. Now comes set. Keeps the glove just above the waist. They check over at first again and just back in time. I thought the first base umpire was making that move to start doing a little bit of a punch out there, but then threw up the safe sign. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one lined into left, and it'll be caught on a line by Brightsky. It's one of those cases where you hit it just a little too well. Hit it on a nice line out to left, but Brightsky was there defensively to haul that one in. So Landon Parker now. Again, checking on that runner over at first base. Again, in high school, you can throw over as many times as you want and disengage with the rubber as many times as you want. No limit rule like in the major leagues. First pitch to Parker is inside, so 1-0 the count to him. There's also no pitch clock here in Indiana. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Mentioned Miller will throw a fastball, curveball, changeup. Don't have a radar gun with us, but that one seemed to have some movement to it, so we'll go with breaking ball on that one. 1-1 the count here to Parker. Miller comes set. Fires the pitch. And a foul tip for strike two. Miller comes set again. He'll throw over to first. This time the ball gets away at first base. Meany making his way to second. Now he's making a turnaround second and heading for third. And the ball will not get to third in time. And we talk about so much more room than probably at a high school field. A lot of foul territory, and that one got onto the dirt hill for the bullpen. I got trapped in that area over there. So we're going to call that an E1 that allows Meany to go all the way to third base. So Kouts with their first error of the ball game. This one on the ground. Garrett picks up the hop. The throw to first is a low throw, but picked out of the dirt by Harper for out number 3 to get out of the inning with no damage done. So they had that error, but Lutheran not able to score. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Lutheran leads at 3-1. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enegenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enegenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enegenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enegenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com, or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
We go to the 5th inning here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here with you for the 1A State Championship game. Zach Miller working the production. We got Zach Sinelli on hand here as well. He's getting some video for us for future use. Got Chris Backus doing the same thing for us around the field as well. Zanelli already hooking me and Miller up with some sandwiches here at one point and some waters. I think I have to move Zanelli up in the favorites rankings over Miller here. Miller knows his role. All right, we go to the top of the fifth inning. Kouts trying to get something going here, trying to get this game tied or take the lead. Miller will lead things off as he was he was at the plate when the out was recorded out at second base. So Miller, Garrett, and Harper, your scheduled hitters here in the fifth. And if anybody gets on, we'll have a little bit more. Miller, though, has struck out looking his previous 2 at-bats, looking for something a little bit different here. This time it's upstairs, so 2-0 the count here on Miller. Again, coming into today, .524 average, 21 extra base hits, 45 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, so he is a threat if he gets on, and it's 3-0. As that pitch went way outside, and that's kind of where Redding has been wanting to pitch is on the outside part of the plate where he's getting the calls. Here's the 3-0, and that one's too far outside, so Miller able to take his base, and again, another base runner for the Mustangs. They have not been making it easy on Redding here in this one. This one on the ground, left side. Phelps going to flip to second for one, over to first, in time for the double play. Off the bat of Landon Garrett, 6-4-3. So Phelps to Parker to Meany. Eli Harper now with the bases empty and 2 away here in the fifth. Again, Redding. This will be pitch number 80 for him. This one lined on the left field line and will get out of play. A long strike one. Harper also has struck out his previous 2 at-bats. Redding. Ooh, the 0-1 pitch looked pretty good where the plate umpire has usually been calling it. That one must have just tailed a little bit too far outside for his liking, so 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one dribbled foul and gets into the dugout of Lutheran. No harm, no foul, though. It's kind of just a roller there. Did mess up the chalk line around home plate, though. Comes a 1-2. This one fouled right back to the screen. So Redding waiting for his sign from Courteau. The 1-2. That one missing outside for a ball 2-2. So we'll do it again. This time a 2-2. This one lifted in the air right center, drifting back is Lecker, and he makes the catch on the run, drifting into right center. So they get out of the inning. Kouts, nothing across the board here in the fifth. We go bottom 5. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Here we go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. Beautiful views. If you've never been down here, come check out either a state championship game. I'd love to see you down here in Indianapolis, or Indianapolis Indians game. Plenty of other things that they do here, I'm sure. Fun atmosphere. We go bottom five, as I mentioned. Mason Phelps will lead things off for Lutheran, followed by Hughes and Locklear. Those are your scheduled hitters here this inning. We mentioned earlier, not a single team that was in the state championship games last year, either the winners or the runners-up, present here this weekend. So all new champions. I went down and checked out there. If you do ever come to Victory Field, along the third base lineup near the concession stands, first pitch into Phelps is outside for ball one. There are 4 lockers that are on display, and those 4 lockers will have the state championship jerseys in those lockers. So after the end of this game, the winning team, as this one is called a strike, so 1-1 here to Phelps, the winning team will be able to bring a jersey and put that in the locker for everyone to see here for the next year. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 pitch. Now 1-2. And I went down and checked those out. Those are all empty as of this point. But in just a little while, one of these jerseys will be there. Pitch misses just outside, 2-2. So it'll either say Kouts or Indianapolis Lutheran. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. For out number 1 from Miller. His 4th strikeout of the game, and this will bring the top of the lineup back up here for Indy Lutheran. So Nate Hughes and Dax Locklear. First pitch into Hughes is in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate this time. So missing outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike. And if you're also just kind of tuning into high school baseball for the first time and hadn't really paid attention all year, this one a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. So 1-2. We only play 7 innings of regulation. So it misses way outside. So evens up the count at 2. So we're in the bottom of the 5th now. Only 2 more innings of regulation left after this. Can't go extra innings. In fact, last year the 4A state championship went 12 innings, the longest in state championship game history. This one lined down the left field line and down for a hit. This will be extra bases for Hughes. Or at least so we thought. Really making a nice play. Brightsky cutting that one off quickly. And Hughes drops anchor at first base. Kind of seen everybody been able to kind of take that extra bag out there, but Hughes stays at first on the 1-out single. And a double to start things up in the first. Then he was picked off trying to steal second base. So he's 2 for 3 today. Locklear now. 0 for 2 on the day. That one comes in and plunks him. So now just like that, you got 2 on with 1 out. And it brings up Hudson Mills. Mills 1 for 2 on the day, had that single in the first, which got everything kind of getting things all funky after we thought he may have batted out of order, but his number on the lineup card was wrong, but his name was right on the lineup card, which is all that matters. As Coach Dorhorst is going to go out and chat with Miller in the infield. Nobody warming up in the Mustang bullpen, by the way, so it appears this is Miller's game for right now. He's trying to get a little bit of a reset here. Mills will be batting from that left side of the plate. Coming into today, .484 average. Looking for his 15th extra base hit if he can grab one here. Looking to add to his RBI total. He stands at 33 right now. And all these numbers that we have or we're giving you are from the program provided by the IHSAA. This one, a slow roller in front of the mound. Miller going to pick it up and throw to first. And there's going to be no play at first. The ball gets away on the throw home. So another run is going to come across the board. Mills got down to first base. I don't know if he interfered with the play. That's what we're going to have time called here. And there was definitely a connection with Harper out there over at first base. Did he run into Harper? And I wasn't paying attention to where he was at necessarily on the line, but he can run to the bag, and if it hits him, it's a different story. So I don't believe we're going to see an interference call. I just know that we had Mills that ran into the arm because the throw from Miller to Harper was kind of to the foul side of the bag. So he had to extend his arm into foul territory. Mills ran into him. And then to grab the ball, Harper had to throw it home because they were trying to take a little liberties out there. And I believe they are intentionally walking Lecker now to load the bases here with one out to try to force at any base here. So they say E1 for Mills. Allowed Hughes to score. And now the walk to Lecker. So he is on for the second time today. So bases loaded. Only one out here in this bottom of the fifth inning, but it is a 4-1 ball game as Hughes came around to score on that error from Miller. Miller deals the first pitch into Strader, swing and a miss for strike one as Strader walked his first at bat and came in and scored a run. And then struck out his last at bat. So looking to do a little damage here with the bases loaded again, only one out. Miller, the freshman, comes set. First base side of the rubber. Throws, and this one popped up on the right side. Harper trying to camp underneath it. But it's going to be Finney who makes the catch in fair territory. The ball kept drifting into foul territory, then all of a sudden started to drift into fair territory. And it was at that exact moment that everyone was looking up towards the skies that the sun decided to break through the clouds as well. So for Harper, he was backpedaling, almost ran into the first base umpire. But no harm, no foul. Second out on a pop-up to Finney. And now Meany comes up here for the Saints. First pitch into him is inside for ball one. The lefty. And they had ruled it infield fly. Anyway, maybe that's why Harper had kind of gone off on it, because they ruled infield fly. That's what they're pointing on the stat line that I'm seeing. I wasn't paying attention to the umpires putting their fists or putting the signal in the air. 1-1 count here to Meany. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside part of the plate for a called strike. So 1-2, and Miller one pitch away from getting out of this thing. Kicks and fires the pitch. It's upstairs, 2-2. Cool note here provided from the IHSAA media team, and we'll give that to you in just a moment. Here comes a 2-2. This one fouled away. Since 1998, when the multiple class era began, this is the first year when any single county had 3 participants in the IHSAA Baseball State Finals. Kouts, Boone Grove, and Valparaiso, all within a 20-minute drive of each other in the northwest part of the country in Porter County. It's really cool for Northwest Indiana here. That pitch is upstairs on the 2-2, so now it's 3-2. So you got 3 schools from one county. First time that's going to happen since we split to different classes. And then you throw in Drain as well from Lake County, so that upper northwest portion of the state. Big lead off of second base, and Garrett really wanted that one. Garrett was sliding into second base, the defensive player for Kouts, as Mills was really drifting off the bag big time. Payoff pitch, lined left center, in the air, coming in, and it's going to drop in for a hit. 2 runs are in. Here comes a third, and it's a 3 RBI double for Gage Meany. Three runs come across the board, and Indianapolis Lutheran has broken this one open. It's 7-1. And it certainly feels like both Overholt and Brightski were probably calling for it. And eventually, by the time they heard each other, they both trailed off and gave up on it. I thought it was going to get caught out there in left center. But I will say the Lutheran fans also, the Indy Lutheran fans were starting to get real loud as well. So it may have made it difficult to hear out in the outfield. Courteau, 2-0 the count to him. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's looking for his 16th RBI of the game. Here's the pitch. Chopper on the infield. Picked up by Estill. No throw to first base. And they're asking for an appeal of some kind. Did it hit the ground first? Did it chop off the ground first into foul territory, or did it hit off of him? I think that's what they're trying to ask the umpires, and the umpires are given no indication as if it was fouled off in any way. It looks like Austin Brandenburg will come in and courtesy run, and that's going to be a single for Courteau. Parker, first pitch, ball gets away. Here comes the runner from third home, and it's going to score. Meany comes in to score on a wild pitch, and it's 8-1. And Brandenburg makes it all the way down to third base on that wild pitch, by the way. And they're going to get him possibly in a rundown. The throw is going to hit him in the back. Another run is going to score. Brandenburg comes in to score. The throw from third. He was right down the chalk line. The throw from third hits him in the back. And it's 9-1. That's going to be a stolen base. Not often you get to steal home. They went to throw to third, and then still gets him right in the back, and Parker takes strike one, 3-1. This one fouled. One and two the count. They had 3 and 2 on the board. Now they've changed it, 1 and 2. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Mason Phelps awaits on deck. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. 5 strikeouts on the day for Miller, but the damage has been done in this 5th inning. It is 9-1 in favor of Indianapolis Lutheran here as we go to the 6th. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
We go to the 6th inning here at Victory Field in Indianapolis. Ryan Redding still on the bump for Indianapolis Lutheran, and he's got a nice cushion to work with as it is 9-1 in favor of the Saints. Kouts has some work to do. Just checking out the schedule for them this year and their scores from this year. This is not the most runs they've given up this year. They gave up 10 against defending 3A state champion New Prairie. Got New Prairie not here this year either. Some kind of a question going on in the Indianapolis Lutheran dugout. They're asking for something, and I don't know if the catcher forgot a piece of equipment. Yeah, they were checking something. He had to get some kind of an piece of equipment before going back out there. Now, weirdly enough, it looks like something he's putting in his ear, doesn't it? It looks. Well, in any case, we go top 6 here. Cooper Whitaker, Reed Estill, and Colin Brightsky, your scheduled hitters. Still waiting on Corto to get whatever the equipment malfunction might be fixed. First pitch into Whitaker inside for ball 1. So 384 average coming into today. 0 for 2 on the day for Whitaker. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. Redding. Despite all the traffic that Kouts has provided, Redding has still been able to get out of all the jams that he has found himself in. That pitch in there for a strike, so 2-1 the count. Comes a 2-1 pitch. Outside part of the plate for a called strike. And we mentioned how Kouts has not won a state championship in its school history in any sport. Only the second time that they're competing in a state championship. They had the 2021 boys basketball team that made it down there. And that'll be ball 4. So Whitaker just looking to try to get something going here for the Mustangs. Trailing 9-1 here at the top of the 6th. We've got 7 innings of regulation here. And we will have a courtesy runner at first base. Looks to be number 48 for the Mustangs, and that is JoJo James. So Rita Still will jump back in here, and he will, if he can do what he's done the previous 2 at-bats and walk, that would be good for the Mustangs. Quite a few of those today. A lot of traffic on the bases. Six left on base. They've had quite a few, though. A lot of walks. Still being 2 of them. First pitch into him, and that hit him. Looked like he jumped out of the way, but the home plate umpire said HBP. So since he did reach, he has reached all 3 times, and now we may have a pitching change here. It's what it's looking like as we got some hugs going out on the mound, but Coach Josh Meany having a discussion. Not sure if he's taken out yet. We haven't gotten the official sign yet. And looks like he's not yanking him quite yet, but just kind of resetting the pace here. Pitch count is up to 92. You are allotted up to 120. So might be asking how the arm is feeling. I'm trying to remember. I was asking Zach Miller if we do have the pitch count up on the video board. I don't remember if that was there last year or not, as the pitch count came into question a little bit. So Brightsky digs in here. Still just now kind of getting a little lead off of first. Nobody's getting too much of a lead. Not taking a risk of getting thrown out on the bases. And a swing and a miss for Brightsky. He had a single his last time up. Open stance. And the bend of the knees. They try to throw over, or think about throwing over to second base, but James back in before the throw. And again, Redding. He's about as far over to that first base side of the rubber as you can get. I think his toes are actually on it. And he's about as far as you can get on that thing. Yeah, I think his toe is literally on the edge of that. That pitch comes inside, so 2-1 the count here to Brightsky. And, if you're Kouts, you've been scoring quite a bit of runs. You've been outscoring everyone up to this point in this 6-game win streak, 40-1. Probably feeling like you can score some runs in this one here. 2-1. Outside part of the plate for a called strike, so evens the count at 2. Again, 2 on, nobody out. Top of this 6th inning. Thinking about second base again. James gets back in, but nobody was breaking towards second to receive the throw. Swing and a miss for strike 3 for Brightsky. Out number 1 of the inning, strikeout number 7 of the day for Reading. For this Kouts team, getting the win against Clinton Prairie 5-0, winning their first ever semi-state championship in school history. 18-8 and 1 from a season ago. 8 of those players returning from that team. Reading delivers the first pitch to Gudeman. Runners get their leads. Reading checks that runner at second. Now fires the 1-0. It's low for ball 2, so 2-0 on Gudeman. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th inning and had that incredible line drive right back to Reading that Reading just happened to catch in his glove. Comes the 2-0 pitch. That one in there for a strike. 2-1. Reading now at 100 pitches. Here's 101. Well, he checks at second base first, so he steps off, but his next pitch will be pitch 101. So you know he wants to try to get out of this inning and maybe pitch the entire game if possible. He might do it here. Chopper to short. They throw to third for the force, and they get the out at third. Heads up play by Phelps to realize he had a play at third. So the old 6-5 put out at third base, and it's a fielder's choice for Gudeman. Overholt. First pitch to him. In there for a called strike. 2 for 2 today for Overholt, the center fielder. That one on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. So quickly 0-2 from Redeman, who you got to believe is looking to try to close this one out. We'll have one more inning. So we're in the 6th. The 0-2. Lifted in the air, right center. Giving chase is Hughes, and Hughes catches it on the run. Quite a few paces in front of the warning track out in right center. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. It is a 9-1 lead for Indianapolis Lutheran. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schregel, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you can reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us here on this Friday evening. Eli Harper will now pitch for the Mustangs. Harper in 4 game starts this year, 3-1 with a 1.96 ERA. And this pitching change is brought to you by Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers, a premier provider of roofing and siding services with over 40 years of experience. Check them out on the web at ebergexteriors.com. So now at first base is number 25, Dustin Pavlik. I'm wondering if we have other changes around. So Miller is now at shortstop. Yeah, looks like Garrett over at third base now. And it still may have come out of the game after having that. I know that was Harper at first base. No. Harper's on the mound, so he's good. 1-1 the count here. This one popped right over Harper, picked up at short for out number 1, as that was Phelps batting there. 6-3 on the putout. So Nate Hughes batting here for Indianapolis Lutheran. Want to know the count to him. Apologies, just trying to make sure everything's good on my end. This one shot down the left field line, but it will get out of play. So back in here for a 1-1 pitch. Nate Hughes, 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. This one lined and going to be into left field for a hit. Garrett couldn't snag that one, so a 1-out single here. Hughes, 3 for 4 on the day. Outfielders all still the same. Brightsky, Overholt, and Gudeman. First pitch coming into Locklear's upstairs for a ball. This one popped in the air on the infield. Harper trying to camp underneath it, and it's going to fall on the mound. The sun has started to break through the clouds. The clouds have definitely gone away here in Indianapolis. It was a partly cloudy sky to start things up. The sun is shining. And that slight breeze is just causing a little bit of havoc. Back-to-back singles for the Saints as Mills. It's 1 for 3 on the day. Runners do not go on the loss from Whitaker there. comes the 1-0 pitch. This one going to get out of play, foul. So 1-1 the count here. Again, bottom of the 6th inning. Kouts trying to keep the Saints right where they're at, 9-1, and then do some damage in the top of the 7th. They'll have to score 8 runs just to tie it, though. Foul back to the screen, 1-2. Again, runners on first and second. The runners not being held. Corner outfielders kind of snug to the line a little bit or pretty close to it. First baseman playing in front of the bag. Harper deals the pitch. It's down low for a ball, 2-2. Mills singled and scored a run in the first, grounded out in the third, and reached on an error in the 5th. Comes a 2-2. Outside, and now the count runs full. Good at bat here for Mills. Left fielder in this one today. Whitaker going to go out and have a chat with Harper. Just make sure they're on the same page there. We mentioned our awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We will also stay tuned to find out who the Mental Attitude Award winner is as well. 3-2. That one comes inside, so bases are loaded. So bases loaded, 1 out here in the 6th. Last year, the Mental Attitude Award winner for Class 1A was Ethan Graber from Bar Reeve. Lecker at the dish. Here's the first pitch to him. Fouls it right back to the screen. 0-1. Harper trying to get out of this with no damage done here in the 6th. Already a 9-1 ball game. Bases are loaded. Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the ground, right side. Finney bobbles, throws to first in time. No, they say safe. Looked like the ball was in time, but the first base umpire says safe. So another run comes around. That'll be a E4 off that bobble. So we've got time called. So they're checking on something in the Saints dugout. It looks like we may have a courtesy runner here. And that appears to be number 27. Which is going to be Noah Street. And for Mills over there. Nope, sorry, that was for Lecker. Swing and a miss for Strader now, the new hitter. This one gets away. Runner from third going to come in, and he is going to touch the plate. The 11th run of the game for Lutheran comes around. And our runners on second and third with one away. And the 1-1 pitch is fouled away, so 1-2 to Strader here. 0 for 2 on the day. Had the walk and scored a run in the first. One-two pitch misses just outside. Might have been low. That one for Strader, so 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 out, 2 on, 2 already in for the Saints, and now this brings up Gage Meany. First pitch to him, outside part for a strike. Meany, one of the 2 left-handed hitters in this lineup. On the ground, but right to the first baseman, Pavlik, who boots it. And can't come up with it. 1 run is going to score. The ball gets away. Here comes the second. And then Meany down to second. So it is now a 13-1 ball game for the Saints. We'll have another courtesy runner. As Jackson Basket makes his way out to second base to run for Meany. So everyone's getting a chance to get their name in for Indianapolis Lutheran. Courteau takes the first pitch for ball 1. And the catcher today for the Saints. One for 3 on the day for Courteau. Harper fires the next one, and that's a strike. So 1-1 the count here. 2 away, bottom of the 6th inning. Kouts will have one more chance. But they've got a really big uphill battle to climb. That one in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate to Courteau. So 1-2. 4 in already this inning here. Runner goes from second. This one up the middle, and it's going to get through. Another run is going to score on the RBI single from Courteau. Meany was on the courtesy runner for him. Basket was on the move, and now Brandenburg is going back out to pinch run for Courteau. Checking on that runner over at first base. The Indy Lutheran fans didn't like that necessarily. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. Finney couldn't hold on to it out there. So stolen base for Brandenburg. Here comes an 0-1 pitch. This one into left for a hit. Parker with the RBI single. Here is the throw home, and it will be in time to get the out at the plate. But it is 14-1 in favor of the Saints. So we go to the I'm trying to check here. We go to the top of the 7th. I was wondering if we're at a point where we're at calling it quits here. But nope, we go to the top of the 7th. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hand in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Well, welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, downtown Indianapolis, here at Victory Field. Indianapolis Lutheran with a sizable lead over the Kouts Mustangs. So we go to the 7th inning here at the 1A state championship game. We've got our award winners we will hand out at the end of this one. We've got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. We're proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond, followed by the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then we've got the Ironworkers 395 Play of the game. Go to ironworkers395.com to start your future as a union iron worker. So Finney will lead things off here in the 7th. First pitch to Finney outside. The 1-0 in there for a called strike. So 1-1 the count here to Finney, who is 0 for 0 on the day today. He has reached all 3 plate appearances, though. 2 walks and a hit by pitch. That one in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. So he would like to get on again. Only way to start getting some of these runs to cut down on this lead. Time called. Again, Finney. It's like pink batting gloves and a pink protector on that left leg and arm protector. A lot of pink for the second baseman. I'm all for it. Billy Miller and Landon Garrett, your scheduled hitters here in this 7th inning. So you got the top of the lineup for Kouts. On the ground, left side, Locklear throws across, gets out number 1. So Locklear without number 1. Here comes Billy Miller. 0 for 2 on the day. Walked back in the 5th. Here comes the first pitch. Outside part of the plate, but not called a strike. So 1-0. 2-0 on the 1-0 pitch now, as that one also tailed just too far out of play. Called strike that time, though. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, so 3-1 now. Miller trying to get on base just like last time. Swing and a miss. That gets away from Courteau, so 3-2. And we are at 114 pitches for Redding as he's still in for the Saints. Here comes pitch 115. That comes in. Did it hit the knob or the hands? And they're going to say it hit the hands, so he's going to trot down to first base. We've had a few hit by pitches today. None of the benches are clearing, though. So Landon Garrett makes his way to the plate. Now, this will be one of the things where, okay, so technically Redding gets 5 pitches. I believe the limit is 120. But if he hits that 120 in the middle of an at-bat, he's allowed to finish that at-bat. So you know he would love to finish this one out. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Garrett. But Garrett looking to try to do a little damage here. Knock Redding out of the game. The 1-0 up and in, 2-0. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. Throw over to first, not going to be in time. Haven't seen that in a little while. We saw quite a bit of that early in the game. And then 11 runs the last 2 innings for the Saints. 3-0. Comes a 2-1. This one lined right to short. They're going to drop it for 1. And over to first, and that's going to win it for Indy Lutheran. Phelps was about to catch it on a line, dropped it, and turned the double play. And the dog pile is on just in front of the pitcher's mound for the Saints of Indy Lutheran, as they are your 1A state champions. And for the first time in program history, they win a state championship. Ryan Redding goes the distance. He goes the full 7. Just giving up a couple of hits, the 1 run. 7 strikeouts. About 6 walks. But goes the distance, finishes what he starts. And just like that, the Saints are state champions. What a season, though, for the Kouts Mustangs, representing the Porter County Conference. One of 2 teams from that conference here this weekend. Having a tremendous run here in the state tournament. Up until today, only giving up that 1 run, scoring 40, and just ran into a great pitching performance by Ryan Redding here today for Indianapolis Lutheran. So the Mustangs will receive their runner-up medals and definitely some long faces, but it's easy to feel that way in this type of situation, and I completely get it. We saw it last year with teams, and you'll see it other state championships as well. You never want to be on the losing end of this. But somebody has to, unfortunately, and for the region, unfortunately, and for Porter County, unfortunately, it's the Kouts Mustangs. Quite a run, though, quite a season. Ranked number 1 in Class 1A coming into today. So while the heads will hang a little bit, certainly nothing to truly hang their heads about. And just a lot to build on as you go forward as a program for the Kouts Mustangs. First ever semi-state championship in program history. So definitely want to capitalize on that. You know, you get to these programs where you start to feel that success and you want to continue that. And we are waiting to find out who the Mental Attitude Award winner will be before we give our awards. And I just want to point out that these have no bearing on whom I'm going to choose for this, because they could pick someone from the other team or whatever the case may be. So that will have no bearing on this, but we are awaiting this, and this is it's one of those TV things. Again, Ethan Graber was your award winner from Bar Reeve a season ago for the Mental Attitude Award. I'm looking around. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say there's an interview being conducted somewhere, maybe, which is kind of causing the delay. And we'll tune you into the winner of the Mental Attitude Award. So they are about to announce the award winner here, and a scholarship will be awarded as well. This is a Mental Attitude Award is given out at pretty much every single state championship that you can think of here in Indiana. Just kind of an individual that goes above and beyond and just kind of does those little things for a team. They are nominated by their coach, and I believe they said Ryan Redding will be the winner of the award for Lutheran. Yep, Ryan Redding, the starting pitcher today for Lutheran, is your Mental Attitude Award winner. And talk about having to have the wherewithal to do what he did on the mound today, going all 7 innings, had a great performance. All right, let's go ahead and name our award winners here on the Region Sports Network. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. And I'm going to double check and just pull up some numbers here real quick, just to be able to use to help me out. I'm going to go with, so our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Again, they're proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. I'm going to go with the freshman Billy Miller in this one. He pitched a good game. I know 9 runs came across the board. Some, just odd things that took place. A lot of errors from the defense behind him. He went 5 innings, giving up 8 hits. Only 3 earned runs, though. 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. He also reached twice, took a hit by pitch, and then walked as well. So Billy Miller, the freshman, starting pitcher today for the Kouts Mustangs, having a really good day all around. And you think about these things, the state championship game, you're only a freshman. A lot of things going through your mind, and I thought he just did a phenomenal job with that. overall. Now our Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game. And the Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar play, learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. I am going to go with the center fielder, Jesse Overholt, for Kouts. Jesse Overholt, the center fielder today, had 2 knocks, stole a base, had a pretty good day out in center field as well. So Jesse Overholt's your blue-collar player of the game from Boilermakers Local 374. And then for our Ironworkers 395 play of the game, find out how you can become a union iron worker. Visit ironworkers395.com. We're going to go all the way back to the first inning. We're talking about a hype play right off the bat. Nate Hughes from Indy Lutheran had gotten a double, and then before you know it, Whitaker out to Garrett for a pickoff to kind of just get things going in the first a little bit before all the craziness happened. But really heads-up play out there to catch the runner napping over at second base. Not even a caught stealing second base, just a pickoff of second base. Just a quick little maneuver there. Really good move to get the out of Nate Hughes back in the first inning. So we'll make that our play of the game. All right, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager, Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer and on-site producer, the one and only Zach Miller. Our sports director is Mike DeWan. Your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, again here with Zach Miller, and then Zach Sinelli and Chris Back is doing some camera work as well that we'll have highlights for later on down the road. Big thanks to everyone, the coaches, Coach Dorhorst and Meany, for getting us everything we needed for the game today. The athletic directors, Eric Rausch and Thomas Fincham, for Kouts and Lutheran, respectively. And, of course, you, the viewers on the IHSAA Champions Network, Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, wherever it is that you checked us out at. We thank you very much for tuning in. Again, your Class 1A state champions, Indianapolis Lutheran of Indianapolis here, 1A state champions. So, unfortunately, Kouts will be back at it in the spring next year, but heck of a season for them. So that'll wrap it up here. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll have plenty of action coming up from the 3A state championship a little bit later on this evening. So thank you for tuning in. This has been the Region Sports Network, the only